Okay, so in this project, we're going to create a Trojan horse. Remember, a virus is just a malicious piece of software, whereas a Trojan horse, it is a piece of software that looks like it's legitimate, but actually there's some malicious code that's running in the background. So we're going to be doing this on our Windows 7 machine. And in order to do this, we're just going to be using, again, we're going to create a bat file, although we're going to have to convert that bat file to an executable file to be able to make it work for this. But, you know, we're just going to, this virus is going to be a very dumb virus. It's just going to shut down your computer after you've booted it up for 15 seconds. But we're going to bind that program to a legitimate program. So the legitimate program, I have everything. If we go to Windows Tools and there's this binder project right there, just go ahead and copy that to your desktop. Okay, so inside of this folder, I'm going to drag, we have two different files in here. I'm going to select both of these, kind of just drag them to the desktop. Then I can get rid of this zip file right here. So we have two files. We have one which is just a Tetris game. So this is going to be our legitimate program that we're going to bind our virus to. And then the other program is called Advanced BAT to EXE Converter. So we're going to double click on that. We'll hit yes, I agree, next, next. What this does is this allows us to write, we're going to write a BAT file right here. So rather than writing the BAT file in Notepad like we did for the last project, we're going to write the BAT file right there. And what this will allow us to do is build that BAT file as an executable. And that will allow us to bind things a little bit easier. So the code that we're going to use for this BAT file is a little bit different than the last one. Hold on, I'm going to pause the video while I write it really quick. Okay, so I've written the code, so let me just go through this really quick what this means. So the first thing right there at echo off, that just means basically don't display anything on the command prompt. Okay, so this next thing, I have a greater than symbol, and then I have quote user profile slash start menu slash program slash startup slash programs.bat, and then a open parenthesis. And then so what this line is doing is basically saying, okay, this program that I'm writing right here is going to create another program. And that other program that I want you to create, it. It's going to be called program.bat, and that program I want you to put it up in the startup folder. So these are all the programs that run at startup. So basically this program creates another program in that startup folder. And everything that's within these two brackets is what's written to that program. And it's just going to be a BAT program. It's going to be very generic. So again, I have echo. So you have to type in echo for everything that you want to be in the program, every line of code. So echo at echo off, basically this is saying write at echo off at that's going to be the first line of this new BAT program. And then I have echo and then my shutdown command right there. Okay, so this is my virus, and I'm going to go ahead and go File, Build EXE. The default right there of this Windows is fine. I'll hit Build EXE, and we're going to call this our virus. I'll hit Save, and then I can close out of that, and then I can click OK. So I'm not going to run that program right now, although you'll see right now in my startup folder, there's nothing right there. My startup folder is empty. I have my virus right there that I just made, but again, I don't want to run that yet. So the next thing we need to do is we have our normal program, our Tetris program, and our virus, and we want to bind these two things together. We're going to use a Windows application called iExpress. Let me show you how to run that again. So you go to Start, and we just type in iExpress, EXPRESS. Okay, you type that in, iExpress, and what this is going to do is this is going to allow us to create like a new self-extracting file that contains multiple files. Okay, so we're going to create a new file. I'm going to hit next. Okay, I want to extract all files, and I think all I want to do is extract the files. Hold on one second. Sorry about that, I just wanted to check something. We're going to do the extract files and run installation command. I'll hit next. What are we going to call this? Well, our this is our Tetris game. Tetris, so we're going to go ahead and call it Tetris. I'll hit next. Do I want to confirm with a prompt? Don't worry, no prompt. I'll hit next. We don't need a license for this. This piece of software is used to like build big packages of like installation files and stuff. So you could have a license or whatever, but we don't really want one. Okay, so we have two package files that we want. So we're going to hit add. We're going to go to our desktop and we're going to select both the virus and the Tetris program. And then I'm going to hit open and then I'll hit next. So the first program that we want to run is our normal Tetris game right there. But then we also want our virus to execute as well. So we're going to select the Tetris game first and then our virus game. And I'll hit next. The default is fine. No message finished when fine. Okay, so where do we want to save this? I'm going to browse to our desktop and we're going to call this, I don't know, awesome game. Hit save. And I want to go ahead and hide the extracting process from the user. Hit next. We don't need to restart this. Hit next. We don't need to save any of this information. Hit next, next, and finish. Okay, so we have our awesome game program right here. And if you notice, I don't know, the icon kind of looks a little, it obviously looks like a, installation thing. We could obviously change that. I'm not going to change that though. This is going to be our virus. So again, notice right now, if I go to startup, nothing's in there right now. I'm going to run this awesome game and it looks like, okay, looks like Tetris just ran. Okay, so I got my Tetris game. That's fine. Okay, whatever. Okay, I guess this is an awesome Tetris game. I'm going to close out of that. But look what happened. So now in my startup, this program was created in the background. So I'll do that again. I'm going to actually come in here. I'll delete this. So again, nothing's in there. But when I run this program, it just looks like my normal, my normal game or whatever. My normal thing. And then I'll close out of that. So, okay. So I played my game. And then again, look, this was created in that startup menu. And if I go to edit, you can actually see what was created is this shutdown thing. So far, like the user would not know that this was created right here. So like if you're a normal user, you would just run this program, hit start, whatever, play Tetris, be like, okay, this is kind of stupid, close out of it. And then you'd go about your normal business and run your thing. The next time that you restarted your computer, shut down and turned your computer back on, so let's just restart the computer now. The next time a user restarts their computer, this virus will automatically execute. So notice we didn't have the virus run right away when we had that Tetris game running. What we had the virus automatically put itself in the startup menu, and then so it looks like the game was normal, but now all of a sudden you have the virus that was in that startup program, and now all of a sudden we have this virus on our computer, and every time we try to turn on the computer, it's going to go ahead and automatically turn it off. Okay, so again, just kind of a fun little program. The whole purpose of this was to kind of teach you the difference between a virus, which is just the malicious software, and a Trojan horse, which a Trojan horse is like a legitimate piece of software and also a piece of malicious software kind of binded together. So obviously I don't want to have that virus on my computer anymore, so I'm going to restore back in time to before I had the virus, and now I can go ahead and launch this. Now, before you restore your snapshot, what I'd like you to do is show me, using Loom, record a video of you like running and playing a game, you know, run that Tetris game, and then show me how the virus automatically gets created in the startup folder. Okay, so hopefully that's it. Let me know if you have any questions.